From the Detroit Free Press, it's Thursday, June 10th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
I'm Paul Egan reporting for the Detroit Free Press. Who is governor of Michigan? We all know it's Gretchen Whitmer, but when Whitmer is out of the state, it's often anyone's guess. Under Michigan's Constitution, an acting governor must take over when Whitmer isn't here. Usually, it's Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, but Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson and Attorney General Dana Nessel have also served as acting governor since Whitmer took office. There is no formal notification procedure. And because Michigan is one of the few states where the governor is not subject to the Freedom of Information Act, it is not even clear a public record is created when Whitmer hands off power to Gilchrist, who is also part of the governor's office. The lack of transparency existed long before Whitmer took office, but the issue was highlighted by Whitmer's controversial private plane trip to Florida during the pandemic.
This is Emma Stein for the Detroit Free Press. The United States border with Canada closed on March 21st, 2020. It's been over a year and 2 months since the northern border was open for non-essential travel. The border's closure was recently extended until June 21st, but now some Canadian mayors are saying that the restrictions might loosen by the end of the month. A phased reopening of the border would come as a welcome relief to many, including business owners in Canada and the United States who have been struggling without their usual revenue from tourism. Dave McKenna, chair of the Tourism Association of Canada, said the tourism industry has been crushed and they can't afford to lose another summer. Others have been separated from their loved ones since the pandemic began, but aren't eligible for an exception to cross the border. Despite this, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the White House have declined to provide any specific dates and are maintaining that any decisions to reopen the border are based on the guidance of health and medical experts. For more on this, check out freep.com.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, an automotive reporter at the Detroit Free Press. Ford Motor Company didn't just shock America by announcing it would build a small hybrid pickup that gets 40 miles to the gallon. Well, that's one big, huge thing. But the company decided to name the pickup a Maverick. And in America, that name is associated with a small sedan from the 1970s that was often nicknamed the poor man's Mustang. It was sporty and comfortable and used by people who really couldn't afford the Mustang, but they loved it nonetheless. So now, so many families say, this project is resurrecting all sorts of nostalgia. We do a story not just on the memories of families who had the vehicle, but why Ford Motor Company chose the name and what consumer studies taught the company. Go to freep.com to see images of the classic vehicle and learn more.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. The son of former Michigan football head coach Bo Schembechler is ready to break his silence. Matt Schembechler, the adopted son of the Michigan legend, will tell the world about his father's failure to protect him and other athletes, according to a statement. Joined by his attorney and 2 former players, Schembechler will set the record straight regarding his own abuse by Dr. Robert Anderson and discuss what his father did and did not do in response. According to the Wilmer Hale investigation report produced by the university, Anderson's misconduct was brought up several times between 1978 and 1981. No action was taken.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.